Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bridgewater Ice Arena for today's matchup between St. John Paul and the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. High above the ice alongside Dave Gabriel, who will be joining me momentarily, I'm Brendan O'Brien. First of all, I'd like to apologize if my voice decides to give out or it sounds very hoarse. It is because of the cold weather. St. John Paul comes into tonight 2-0-1. They haven't had all that of a tough-looking schedule. Bridgewater-Raynham comes in 3-0-0, and they have won by very large margins. The birthday boy, Alex Ergris, is in net. Colin Tripp, Lucas Bilodeau, Ryan Tayag, Paulie Scaltrino, and Dante Tudor hit the ice for Dan Scott's Trojans, and we're underway. Trojans look to keep the hot hand going. St. John Paul can't clear the zone, and it's going to be stopped by the goaltender, number 30 for St. John Paul. We welcome Dave Gabriel to the broadcast booth. Hello, sir.
Hello again. How was your holiday?
It was wonderful. How was yours?
Fantastic. Top three all the time. All time top three Christmas. Couldn't have been better.
We love that. So St. John Paul wins the draw. Bilodeau going to try to keep it in. James Gaylor there as well. Over for Nate Aducci. I'm so used to him wearing 15. It's going to take some time to adjust. We'll get there. St. John Paul looks to get it out with number 2. They get to as far as center. Number 11 for the blue and gold. Gets it into the BR zone. Bilodeau rings it around over for James Gaylor. Gaylor off the backboards to Bilodeau, trying to find Glenn Ward. Ward reverses for Gaylor. Over for Scaltrino. Off the boards, it finds Nate Aducci. Aducci in a battle with 2 Lions. None of them named Simba or Mufasa, but we'll get to that later. Aerial clear, trying to find Glenn Ward. No icing, and St. John Paul will start the breakout. Number 23 for the blue and gold. Can't enter the zone cleanly. Ward over for LeCornick. Dante Tudor can't handle the pass. St. John Paul gets it to center. LeCornick, good move, shake and bake. Feeding it over for Will Dre. 2 Lions are there, over for number 19 in blue and gold. BR honing them in, good pressure. Over for James O'Neill, to the point for Will Dre, down low for O'Neill. Dre lets it go! Saved by number 30. Big hit along the half board. St. John Paul cannot clear. Good hit by Dante Tudor. Out in front! Didn't get all the way through, and that was Colin Tripp. Dante Tudor goes down low, trying to rake the puck free. Good keep in. And Colin Tripp says, let's regroup. Drop pass to Tayag. Over for Tudor. Enters the zone cleanly. Colin Tripp. Good takeaway. St. John Paul still cannot clear. Tripp had it, lost it. Number 19 for the Lions. Over center ice. Gonna dump it in. Going for a slide was Dante Tudor. James Gaylor reverses for Dre. Dre in possession for the Trojans. Dre stops. Cross ice pass off the stick of James Gaylor. He'll hit the Jets. Number 7 for St. John Paul. Can't get the pass cleanly. And Colin Tripp now for the Trojans. Uses the boards over for James Gaylor. He can't handle it cleanly. James Gaylor onside. Goes between 2 Lions. Down to the ice goes Bilodeau. And the Lions have it with number 20. Good read by Paulie Scaltrino. That pass into the vacant area over for Bilodeau. He rings it around. Nate Aducci, good stick lift. They're just under the Bridgewater Pump Incorporated billboard ad or the Northeastern Bank Skate Local support local, bank local. St. John Paul has it, number 7. Giveaway, turnaround shot, save by number 30 for the Lions.
Well, this is game 4 for BR, and it is the same story for the previous 3 games as it is for here. Massive, massive offensive pressure by the team. They're hemming the other team deep in their defensive zone. They're buzzing like buzzsaws. They're playing great hockey right now.
Kamara on the draw. Can't win it cleanly. St. John Paul trying to get possession. Battle along the end boards. Over for number 2 in blue and gold, and it rings around for number 13. 23 for St. John Paul. Can't get a clean break. Everyone's on side, and that was Kazanier for the Trojans. Kanizer. We'll get that down too. Scaltrito trying to turn and burn. Delayed offsides. St. John Paul has it, and they're going to ice it. And BR will get an offensive zone draw.
So I had the occasion to actually go to both away games but last time that we had our broadcast. They're so much fun to watch. Like, it's must-watch hockey right now to come and see BR play. I went to Foxborough. They dominated a team that had an amazing player, but he played way too many minutes on the ice. Then I saw them play in a great game on OA yesterday. It's more of the same today.
BR wins the draw. Shot saved by the goaltender. Now, Dave, is BR fun to watch because we're calling games, or is it just the excitement on the ice?
Excitement on the ice. Sorry, Brendan. I have to break it to you. I have watched BR hockey for a very long time. This is one of the best teams I've seen in BR hockey's history.
I was hoping you would say it was the product on the ice. I was just trying to give us a little ego.
Well, you know something. You've got enough for both of us, so I don't think I need to add more to it.
That, touche, sir, touche.
And I have to apologize to everybody. We do not have a roster for St. John Paul. If we did, we would be calling names. They don't have names on the back of the jersey. So if anybody from St. John Paul watches this, it is our apology. We try to make this as fair as possible, but we do not have a roster. So sorry about that.
Thank you for reiterating what I started the broadcast with, so that helps tremendously. BR battle along the end boards. Colin Tripp circles the wagon over for LaCornick. Down low. Cross ice. Tripp saved by the goaltender for St. John Paul. Here come the Lions. Roaring over the blue line. Number 3 turns the corner. That shot never got to Ergris. BR trying to get it the heck out of Dodge. Here comes number 8 for the Lions. He throws it wide.
That was a great play by 8 to block the oncoming Trojan. He used his body well to protect the puck.
Good check from Dante Tudor. He said, "Bah humbug. Take a seat, sir." Will Dre into the corner. Number 3 for St. John Paul. 2 Trojans convene. 7.5 to go in the opening frame. Fast and furious. Is that a 7 or a 9? That's a 9. They got to fix the scoreboard. It's a little broken. Looks like a 7. We'll get there. 9:15 to go in the opening frame. Or maybe I need new glasses.
Or just clean them.
I think cataract surgery would be better. St. John Paul trying to get a clean exit.
Oh, great play
intercepted by Gaylor. Everyone's on side. Stick battle at the blue line. Here come the Lions. Number 2. No one home. Fanning on the puck was, I believe, Pauly Scaltrito. Nate Ducci, James Gaylor. Over for Scaltrito. Scaltrito's going to try to turn on the afterburns. Gets by 2. Trying to turn the corner. Saved by the netminder for St. John Paul.
Pauly Scaltrito had an amazing goal yesterday. Went coast to coast just like that.
And I wasn't on the call. What a shame.
I don't think anybody was on the call, which is just a shame.
Yeah, I agree. Pauly Scaltrito picks it up off the boards. No one home. St. John Paul's 27 over to 22. Good read by Pauly Scaltrito. He gets it poke checked. And Lucas Bilodeau over for Scaltrito. Over for Gaylor. Over pass. For Ward, 21 Ward, is Glenn Ward. Fire wagon change for the Trojans. Almost a big hit at center ice.
Almost a big trip at center ice.
James Gaylor hits the floor. St. John Paul in possession. Number 6 around the roulette wheel to 15. 15 off the boards to 27. No one home. Ward trying to maintain possession. Halpin throws it down low. Drew Wilcox going in after it. St. John Paul looks to get a clean breakout.
Great play by
Good
Wilcox.
job by Wilcox. Here comes Owen Aducci.
Owen Aducci got interfered with. That could have been a call.
It could have been. It wasn't. We play on. Here come the Trojans. It's
Phyllis.
Nathan Phyllis. Wilcox and Owen Aducci will go in after it. Keystone Cops, everyone is on the same page.
Wilcox lost his stick.
Drew Wilcox doesn't have a piece of lumber. St. John Paul trying to get a clean break. BR doing good to be the Stonehenge wall in the middle of no man's land. Here come the Lions. Good job by Will Dre. St. John Paul still has it. Out in front, no one home. Will Dre fans on the pass/clearing attempt. Battle along the For Deep Sports live sign where high school and youth athletes come first. Point coming.
Couple of broken sticks in the corner.
Here comes BR. Colin Tripp. Good move. St. John Paul in possession. The drop pass goes nowhere. And Lucas Bilodeau will get it at center off a couple sticks. Colin Tripp looking after it. And St. John Paul will get it to center. Dante Tudor going to turn and circle the wagons. Cross ice pass finds Colin Tripp. He's over the blue line, over for Tudor. Good move by Tudor. Here comes the shot. Saved by the netminder for St. John Paul.
If I remember correctly, I called his name was Melanese is the name of the goalie, and he's been playing very well right now. It looks like he's probably going to be the most solid goalie that BR has seen so far.
I thought the goalie at the last home game was pretty strong.
Oh, very strong, very strong. Stacy.
Isaiah
Stacy from Dennis Yarmouth, yes.
Because I made a music joke and you go, what took you so long? And I go, I know. Face off to the left of Melanese. St. John Paul wins the draw. Colin Tripp's in possession. Turnaround shot trying to feed it to the slot. No one home. Here come the Lions. Number 20 over the blue line. Paulie Scaltrito staying home over for Tyag. Good drop pass.
Send him.
They're going to try to send Colin Tripp. Colin Tripp! Saved by Melanese, and he smothers it. 5:32 to go in the opening frame.
I really like how Melanese came out to block the angles. We had a great angle right here as Colin Tripp was coming in from the left dot. He didn't really have anything to look at. He could have cut through the middle, but the defenseman was coming in quick. Probably going to get broken up before he had able to get a good shot off. So he did the best he could with that one shot.
All right. St. John Paul wins the draw. They're going to get possession. Number 8 for the Lions. Trying to clear, batted down by Ryan Tyag. Bilodeau slaps it to the end boards.
Must be a lacrosse player.
Has to be. Good keep in by Tyag. Hit the pipe with the shot. Mama rang the dinner bell. No one came a-calling. And the scoreboard still has donuts up on it. It's still 0-0. BR trying to get a clean breakout. Cross ice pass intercepted, but Ryan Tyag does the aerial flip. Good bat down by Nate Aducci. Colin Tripp does the French fry ski mobile to shake and bake. It worked momentarily.
That's a George Maris thing where they try to do the deception.
BR trying to keep it in. Here come the Lions. Number 3, good poke check by Nate Aducci, and it causes an offsides.
Number 3 with some great handles decides to handle one too many times, draws 27 over the blue line, calls it for a offsides face-off dot to the right of Ergus.
Face-off just in front of the BR bench. St. John Paul wins the draw, and they will get it to start at their own blue line. Number 4 for the Lions for 22. Good intercept by James Gaylor. We have a yard sale. A couple gloves and sticks. Everyone regains their belongings. BR will backhand it for Dre. Across for Gaylor. He whiffs on it.
If I have one criticism right now for this game, James Gaylor's having a hard time transitioning this puck coming out of the zone. Whether if he's trying to bank it off the board to keep it down low. Good save by Ergus.
Good save by Alex Ergus. James Gaylor trying to get it out.
He's struggling.
He can't. Good hit by Nate Aducci over for Glenn Ward. Takes a forearm shiver trying to move the puck over for number 15. Good poke check. Camara does the music box twirl. Stays on his feet. St. John Paul throws it in. LaCornick sidesteps a hit off the boards. Trying to get a clear is BR. They can't. 23 for the Lions. Here comes Glenn Ward over center ice. 3 Lions trap him in the triangle. He gets taken down. No call. Camara. Kanizer battling as well.
Shoot it.
Shot! Save! Rebound! Everyone's looking for it. No one knew where it was.
Great defensive play. Keeping that puck in the offensive zone. Oh, that's too many men. They're not going to call it.
BR dodges a bullet. Almost too many men. St. John Paul dumps it in. Bilodeau.
Boy, I'm impressed with Bilodeau's handles.
Absolutely. Here comes St. John Paul. And that shot hits the protective netting and out of play. 2.5 to go in the first.
Lucas Bilodeau takes the puck from his own blue line, makes a couple of moves earlier in the period to get a good scoring opportunity, has another opportunity to get it out of the zone, does a really good job, then comes back and deflects the puck out of the zone. Great job, Lucas Bilodeau.
Face off to the left of Alex Erger. St. John Paul wins it. Good stick left. Good check. BR's going to try to get a breakout. Nothing doing.
Go, Paulie.
Good.
Oh.
Tyag is there for backup. Over for Colin Tripp.
Woo, goes behind his back.
Does the John Tavares behind the back one-hander. Gets possession. Tyag.
Oh, blocked.
Goalie's dead to right. Where is it? And he
What
does
a stop.
And Melanese does the man in the coffin. It's still 0-0.
What a great stop by Melanese. He had him dead to rights, and he still come up with a huge save. It should be 3-0 right now. 2 minutes left in the period. BR's giving him everything he got. Melanese is doing everything to keep this game tied. What a great game to watch.
You said that during the last home game, and as soon as you finished your sentence, BR lit the lamp. So I think your crystal ball's lighting up again, Dave. I'm not sure, but we'll wait and see.
I don't know about the crystal ball, but something else is lighting up.
I don't have time for this. Here comes the Lions.
It's cold, brother. It's cold.
23 fans on the shot. Scaltrito around 4. Glenn Ward rifles it off the end boards.
Don't go back.
Gaylor jumps over his stick.
Oh,
BR,
the forwards need to start going. Nate, you can't be in front of the net. You got to move.
Ward.
Give him someone to pass to.
St. John Paul fans on the clearing attempt. No, Nate Aducci throws it on net through the blue and out. Ward.
Oh, that needed to go to the blue line. Low to high.
What he said. St. John Paul rings it around. Nate Aducci trying to poke it to Paulie Scaltrito. Good
Great
stick
job,
in the
Paulie.
lane.
Great job, Paulie.
Here comes Glenn Ward. Throws it to the end board. Scaltrito backhands it. And Melanese will smother it. 1:01 on the clock. LaCornick, Tudor, Tyag, Dre, and
Tripp.
Colin Tripp are on the ice for Dan Scott's Trojans. BR wins the draw. Shot, save! Backhand rebound. Didn't get through to Melanese. Lions chip and chase. Here comes number 3. They score!
Oh, one bouncing puck just got right through the defense. Number 3 with some speed, cuts it into the slot. Tough shot to be stopped by Ergus, no doubt. Gets it short side, high, right in the corner, makes it 1-0 St. John Paul.
So St. John Paul bent but didn't break. They got a fortunate bounce, and it went top right side over the shoulder of Ergus, and St. John Paul draws first blood. St. John Paul wins the draw. 45 seconds to go in the first. Colin Tripp over for Will Dre. Throws it on net. Saved by Melanese. And BR will get an offensive zone draw. St. John Paul wins the draw. BR has possession. The puck dies in the slot. And St. John Paul will start the breakout. Here comes number 12. No one for reinforcements. Colin Tripp. We got 20 seconds to go in the first. Tripp over the blue line, trying to turn the corner. Saved by Melanese. Tyag to Tripp. Over for LaCornick. That shot blocked. Final 5. Good keep in. Tudor to the end boards. They got to beat the clock. And that will end the first. After 1, St. John Paul 1, BR no score. And we'll be back for the second momentarily.
Game-changing play. Pulls up, turnaround to win it. Got it! Welcome back to the madness.
Welcome back for the second period between St. John Paul and Bridgewater-Raynham. If you're just joining us, St. John Paul got on the board with 48 seconds left in the opening frame. BR will try to look to tie it. Battle along the half boards in front of the St. John Paul bench. Tyag over for Colin Tripp. I think Aaron Camara fixed the fog machine problem. Scaltrino saved by Melanese. So if BR scores, we'll see what happens. Good keep in. Blowing a tire, number 21. Arms stay down. Tyag looking for Tripp. Behind the net, Tyag. Tripp coming in as reinforcements. To the point for Bilodeau. Scaltrino. No one home. Good check there by Tudor. Bilodeau circles the net. Off glass to Ryan Tyag. In the skates, takes a forearm shiver. Pays it forward. Bilodeau for BR, number 3 for St. John Paul. Tyag. Just off the stick of Colin Tripp. And no icing. Last second wave off. St. John Paul. That will be icing. BR gets an offensive zone draw.
Yeah, BR actually looks a little out of sorts right now with the first minute and a half into the second period. Hopefully they can figure their stuff out and get a couple of good opportunities.
St. John Paul wins the draw. Number 6 throws it around. No one home, but number 2. BR gets it at center. Will Dre. Cross ice pass looking for Nate Aducci, number 23 for St. John Paul. Intercepted by James Gaylor. He loses it in the skates. Here come the Lions, number 6. Good check there from James Gaylor. BR takes a hit to move the puck. They don't get very far. Good takedown by Ryan Tyag. And we have an injury on the play.
Yeah, that was actually Nate Aducci who decided to go WWE on the St. John's Lion. He's down. He's hurting.
After I came home from Iraq, I could still hear the booms. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
Thanks to DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
All right, welcome back to the Bridgewater Ice Arena. As we all know, injuries are part of the game, and hockey is a fast-moving, hard-hitting sport, and we send our thoughts and prayers and a speedy recovery to the St. John Paul player that was injured during the play. Get well soon, and the game has resumed.
Just want to give a shout out to the BR's leadership on a great show of sportsmanship. I'll give them a high five on the way out. Good show by the Trojans.
All right, we'll see what happens the rest of the way. LaCornick over for Will Dre. He received it from Colin Tripp. Dre over the blue line, lets it go. That shot blocked. Colin Tripp sends it backwards. Intercepted. Here comes St. John Paul, number 3. That shot whistled wide. Good job to keep it in by number 8. LaCornick can't get a stick on it. Chip pass, no one home. Trying to clear is BR. Good stick lift by 23. Dante Tudor throws it to back glass. That clears the zone. BR might have a 2-on-1. Dante Tudor shot from the blue line blocked. St. John Paul trying to get a breakout started. Number 11 through his own legs to number 23 over the blue line. Number 23 saved by Ergris, got the blocker on it. That pass ricochets to center ice. Number 15 for St. John Paul over to 17, intercepted by Ryan Tyag. Tyag looking for Colin Tripp. Over for Pauly Scaltrito. Tudor, Tyag, battle along the Zamboni doors. Tripp over for Bilodeau. Bilodeau over for Scaltrito. Scaltrito saved by Melanese. Rebounds loose, saved by Melanese. BR gonna start to turn up the pressure. Good hit by Colin Tripp. That pass gets to center, Pauly Scaltrito. Gonna circle the wagons. Aerial loft, no icing. Number 6 for St. John Paul around the roulette wheel. They get to as far as center. Scaltrito dumps it in. James Gaylor going in after it. Number 15 for the Lions. Battle along the Zamboni doors. Number 21 for St. John Paul. Good check. Glenn Ward couldn't keep it in. Ward throws it back in. Melanese will come out. Stop the puck around the roulette wheel. Scaltrito trying to keep it in. 2-on-1 for the Lions. James Gaylor's back checking. Saved by Ergris. Does the pinball flipper. And that will be icing on BR. He was trying to get a fast break going, and that pass just too hot to handle.
Ergus with a great save. Bilodeau picking up the loose ends, brings it over the blue line, but decides to take the puck the long way before the red line, calls an icing.
Face off to the left of Ergris. St. John Paul wins the draw too cleanly. 3 Trojans jump on the pony, and St. John Paul gets it to center. LaCornick over for number 15. That is 16. That is Halpin.
Trent Halpin.
Saved by Ergris. Kicks it to the corner. Off the face guard. Good spin pass. Kanizer was offsides. They have to tag up. BR trying to keep it in their zone. St. John Paul, we have an injured Trojan slowly making their way to the bench. It looks like it's Trent Halpin. He's not a happy camper. St. John Paul keeps it in. Will Dre backhands it to Tripp through the legs. Camara, Kazanier.
Kanizer.
St. John Paul gets it to center, and that's offsides.
Well, I'll tell you something. There, the BR has come out flat for this period so far. I mean, St. John Paul's had the puck for the majority of it. And it seems like every time they make a pass, they're unable to catch it. Where the past 4 games, they've been nothing but past 3 games. The execution has been stellar.
BR blows a tire. That was Will Dre. 3 Colonels. This is not my alma mater. 3 Trojans are back out in front, and they score through the 5-hole of Ergris. It's 2-0 St. John Paul.
Yeah, a little dust up here with Will Dre falling down. Can't get the puck out. Puck ends up getting deep. They lose a battle in the corner. Comes out right out in front, and Ergus gets beat by 5-hole. Makes it 2-0 St. John's Paul Lions.
Lions win the draw. Number 3 for St. John Paul over the blue line. Kicks to the stick. Saved by Ergris, and it goes out of play. St. John Paul is buzzing right now. BR needs to find their legs.
BR needs to find their legs. It looks like they made a change on this second line with Owen Aducci with his brother Nate and James Gaylor. Let's see if that makes a difference.
So Dan Scott throws out the Miser brothers. Owen and Nate Aducci are on the ice. 4-on-2. Here comes Scaltrino. Turns the corner. Gaylor. Aerial pop-up. St. John Paul is content to keep it behind their net. Scaltrino. Here come the Lions. Serpentine route over center ice.
Damn it.
Can't clear. That shot blocked. Goes to the end boards. Out in front. Puck is still loose. Number 6. Fans on the shot. James Gaylor trying to feed Owen Aducci.
Great play by 19 to catch that puck in the air.
Scaltrino.
Now they're just tossing the puck. They're not the passes are definitely not online. They're just tossing pucks right now. It's a hot potato. This is what they suffered from last year. This is the first time I've seen that this year. They don't know what they want to do with the puck when they get it. And past 3 games, and I keep going back to this, and I'm sorry, but past 3 games they knew exactly where to go with that puck. In this game, they're running flat-footed.
So St. John Paul's was offsides, face-off just in front of us.
They haven't won a face-off in a bit, too.
All it takes is one play to spark a comeback, and BR's going to look for it. Bilodeau throws it to center. St. John Paul gets it deep. Bilodeau sets up behind Ergris' net, looks for a breakout aerial loft, and that will be icing on BR.
Case in point. You know, that he throws the puck over everyone's head bounces off and gets the icing. I mean, there is a play that most coaches are doing right now where they kind of toss it up in the air so that when the puck does land, it should land between the red line and the blue line and be bouncing so that the defensemen who are backing up are trying to field it. But then if you've got a non-coming forward, they can play it and break through. They've got speed, they can come through. They can't just toss it with speed over everyone's head and expect it to work.
So BR starts the breakout. Tyag over the blue line, looking for something to go. St. John Paul is like a dog on a bone. Over the blue line, here they come again. Number 3, shaking big. There's another one. 3-0 Lions. Ergris never saw it.
Yeah, great play by number 23, coming right out the front, receiving that pass from number 12. Again, point-blank shot. Ergis gets beat 5-hole. Makes it 3-0 St. John Paul. Definitely not the same team that we saw at OA.
7:08 to go in the middle period. BR, who dominated the first, has come out like flat soda. And St. John Paul has carried the play drastically here in the second. Looking for another one. That never got to goal. Tyag over for Tripp. 3-on-2. Tripp looking for help. Draw pass. Where's the puck? It's behind Melaniese's net. Good check from Colin Tripp. BR will set it up just inside their blue line. No one home. Dante Tudor's going to race for it. Takes a hit, moves the puck. Number 6 along the Zamboni doors. Pinching is LaCornick. Backhands it. Takes a hit. Out in front. Will Dre. Set. That shot never got through. Colin Tripp. Penalty to St. John Paul. BR will get their first power play of the season at home. I said at home.
Nice correction.
Thank you, sir.
I actually didn't see the penalty, to be honest with you. I don't know what the call is. We'll probably hear it from Marty in a few minutes.
I saw a hook just below the Mechanics Cooperative Bank billboard. I could be wrong, but we'll wait for Marty to give us the official call. St. John Paul wins the draw. They cannot clear. Nadaducci can't get it deep. St. John Paul clears. Ergris stays put. Nadaducci. It's holding. Will Dre. This, to me, is a must-score power play if you're Dan Scott and the Trojans.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Here comes trouble. Good back check from Nadaducci and Glenn Ward. Ward gets taken down. The arms stay down. 1:15 to go on the power play. BR will set it up. Scaltrito, Dre, leaving it behind Glenn Ward. He'll pivot. Serpentine looking for a clean breakout. Over for Kanizer. Fans on the shot. Melanese can't play it. One of the Lions blows a tire. Will Dre at the point. Another shot blocked. Rebound. Didn't get all the way through. They're going to try to spring the jack in the box. Number 12, Dre. Anaducci, good back check from Will Dre. They're gonna try to catch St. John Paul. 4-on-2. Will Dre, Kanizer, fanned on the shot. Here come the Lions. 3-on-2, shorthanded. 20. Saved by Ergris. Off the glass. Good keep in by St. John Paul. Colin Tripp. Over the blue line, hits the Jets. Colin Tripp hits the brakes, looks for reinforcements. Scaltrito gets his pocket picked. Here comes number 3, Tyag racing back. That shot didn't get through. It breaks the stick of Tyag. Trip off his skate. Scaltrito off the boards. BR will look to spring somebody. Tyag was changing. Scaltrito, almost too many men.
Guys on the ice.
The 5th man hops over the board. Scaltrito back to 5 aside. Saved by Melanese. Their first dangerous chance of the period. Around the half boards, James Gaylor. No one home, feeding it to the slot. Here come the Lions. Dante Tudor throws a hip into somebody. Colin Tripp. Off the boards, over for number 8 for St. John Paul. Number 7 gets it as far as center. Scaltrito throws it to the vacant area. Tudor. That clearing attempt stays in. Tyag around the roulette wheel. James Gaylor couldn't settle the bouncing puck. This gets to center and played with a high stick, and St. John Paul will get an offensive zone draw.
This is absolutely a different team than the past few games and last period. I don't know if that injury affected our team at all, but they're running around like with their heads cut off. There's no execution whatsoever. Dan Scott goes with his 4th line right now to see if they can generate some energy with this team, because boy, it's not there.
So Dave, I agree. I think the injury timeout is playing a factor. Plus, they're on the back half of a back-to-back. So the reason for them being flat, all their energy was at Oliver Ames. Will Cox, 2-on-1, just out of the reach of Marcus Camara. Camara trying to keep it in, trying to rake it out of the garden of skates. 2.5 to go. St. John Paul gets it to center. Will Dre looking for an open man off the boards. Number 6 for the Lions. Stolen by Phyllis. Phyllis through the blue and out. Lions trying to get an odd man break. Good luck with that. Wilcox. And that's offsides. Back-to-backs are tricky.
No doubt. Their back-to-backs are tricky, but it just you see that they had so much domination in this first period that I think it's, I don't know if the injury, because it was definitely a change at the injury of how hard these guys are playing. The execution's just not there right now.
Paulie Scaltrito going to turn the corner, hits the Jets, gets around 2 men, backhands it, saved by Melanese. That's a smart play from Scaltrito. It gets BR an offensive zone draw and a chance for BR to catch their breath and try to get a line combination that Dan Scott likes.
He had an opportunity to pass it to Dante Tudor, who was coming right into the slot. Would have liked to have seen the pass.
So BR not winning faceoffs. It's going to be trouble. Here come the Lions. 2-on-1. Good back checks. Saved by Ergris. He got the left pad down. BR trying to get a clear. They cannot. It's in the middle of the ice. BR will try to break it out. They get to center. 1.5 to go in the second period. Dante Tudor over for Paulie Scaltrito. Back to Tudor. Serpentines over the center ice. Colin Tripp fans on the dump shot. Scaltrito. And Dante was offsides.
It was showing just a brief glimpse of good playing right there. Went partner. He had a lane, but Dante Tudor was stuck into the zone. Calls it an offsides right now. Let's see if this new line of Gaylor, Aducci can do something.
Face off just in front of us. Nate Aducci on the draw. Puck in skates. BR gets possession over the blue line. Gaylor throws it on net. Saved by Melanese. A wraparound coming. No one home. Gaylor trying to settle the bouncing puck. 60 seconds to go in the middle frame. BR looking for a spark to carry over into the third. Owen Aducci hunting the puck, number 6 for St. John Paul. Rings it around, just gets it out. James Gaylor goes in after it. Gaylor pivots, almost loses the puck, throws it around for Owen Aducci. Aducci can't play it cleanly, looks over his options. Backhand toss to Owen Aducci, 30 seconds to go in the second. St. John
Paul's got 3 guys on the forecheck. BR's having a hard time figuring that out.
Will Dre gonna try to send someone with an aerial loft. James Gaylor, they're all...
That's a play I was talking about. That's a play where you cast it over, let it land right there, let the forwards coming through pick it up and try to make a play. Right there, it almost worked if it didn't turn into offsides.
15.6 to go in the second. BR down 3. Plenty of time to work with. They got a whole other period to go. St. John Paul wins the draw. Number 5 gets the clear. Will Dre. Over for Scaltrino to Tyag, off his stick to Dante Tudor. Dre. And that will end the second. 3 goals for St. John Paul, 0 goals for BR, and we'll be back for the third within 12 minutes.
Welcome back to the Cable 8 News. I am John Myers.
And I'm Nick Palmieri.
And Nick, nice to have you here on the set.
It is.
Or is it nice to have me on the set?
He's still got it! Oh my God! Bridgewater-Raynham!
Second effort, third effort, and fourth effort.
This is a community facility. BTV Cable Access is here to present and to represent all the voices in town.
There have been many members of this corporation who have served voluntarily and spent many hours of their personal time to work toward creating a local network with varied programs to serve the community of Bridgewater.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. It's about community, it's about coming together, it's about helping us out, because at the end of the day, that's what makes all of us strong.
All right, welcome back to the Bridgewater Ice Arena. High above the ice alongside Dave Gabriel and Colin Gabriel, I'm Brendan O'Brien. All right, so Bridgewater finds themselves down 3-0 to St. John Paul. Coach Dan Scott's made a goaltending change. Cole Cardell will start the third. Colin, what does BR need to do to get back into this game?
From the little game that I've watched so far, I think they just need to get back to simple hockey. They need to go glassing out. St. John Paul's forward check, they got 3 forwards below the dots. If we go glassing out and get forwards on the puck quick, I think we got a better shot.
All right, we'll see if Dan Scott put the roster in the blender and shook up the lines. The third period's underway. The first 5 minutes will be crucial if BR is going to get back into this. St. John Paul throws it back into their own end. Number 12. Good forecheck. BR trying to keep it in along the half boards. St. John Paul's getting physical. They're going to try to match the intensity BR had in the first. St. John Paul looks to start the breakout.
Like to see Tyag and Tripp getting into it there, trying to set the tone for their team.
Best way to do it. Melanese sets it up, almost hits the official in the derriere, and St. John Paul gets it to center. Bilodeau over for Scaltrino. He gets it poke check. Bilodeau looking for an outlet pass, finds it in Colin Tripp. Tripp dumps it into the left corner. Nate Aducci going in after it. St. John Paul sets it up behind Melanise's net. They start the breakout. Good check from James Gaylor. He said my eggnog was the wrong flavor. Take it back. BR is going to up the intensity. How do you like them apples?
Yeah, Gaylor had him lined up there. You got to stay off the tracks. Little fella's going to run you over.
BR trying to get into the zone. Delayed offsides. Everyone tags up. Number 6 for St. John Paul behind Melanise's net. Around the roulette wheel, Will Dre trying to keep it in. Pivots, keeps it in. Number 15 for the Lions. Can't clear. Saved by Melanese. And St. John Paul will look to start the breakout. Number 7 over the blue line. Good check there from Paulie Scaltrito. BR looks to get some confidence from these big hits. Will Dre battling over for James Gaylor. Cross ice. No one home. 3-on-0. Saved by Cardell. And another Lion is down.
Little late jab from one of the St. John's players there. I'd like to see one of the BR defensemen take exception to that.
I don't know what Dante Tudor said in that locker room, but whatever he said, they're coming out cylinders a-blazing. I still think you should lace up the skates and get back out there, but, I digress.
Yeah. I think I'm a little late for that, but I'd love to. Absolutely. I miss it.
Better late than never. BR finally wins a face-off. They get to as far as center. Number 8 for St. John Paul. Number 12 off the boards. Icing? You betcha. BR gets an offensive zone draw. Now, Colin, with the goaltending change, is that more of to spark the team to play better, or is it more of a mindset that one's playing better than the other?
I think the coach is trying to set the tone for his team. Yeah, it could be because one goal is better than the other. I'm not the coach. It's not my decision to make. But if I were a coach and I'm down 3-0 going into the third, and my goalie that's been in net hasn't been the strongest, yeah, I'm sending my team a message like, hey, wake up. It's not necessarily our goalie's fault. We're down 3-0. Let's do something to change it right now. Let's go.
Absolutely. And both whoa, baby! Freight train hit by number 12 on Paulie Scaltrito. Colin Tripp over for Dante Tudor in the skates of one of the Lions. BR has it, Scaltrito. Oh, just over the stick of Ryan Tyag. Both goaltenders, Cole Cardell and Alex Argras, are extremely fantastic players. Both have a save percentage above 900, so goaltending's been a strong point for BR. Saved by Cardell, and he throws it to the corner. Bilodeau rings it around for Ryan Tyag. Over for Colin Tripp. Tripp needs to pivot. Over for number 8 for St. John Paul. Number 8. Saved by Cardell. Off the boards. Gaylor leaves it behind. 19. Dumps it in. Bilodeau. Gaylor. High off glass, and it hits one of the Trojans in the helmet. Puck out of play. 11:17 to go.
It looks like BR is just kind of throwing the puck around right now. If I'm BR's head coach, I'm calling the timeout right now. I'm saying, take a breath, settle down. There's a lot of game left. We got 11 miles to go here. Connect on the passes we were connecting on yesterday, and build off of that. Just focus on getting the puck out. Simple, smart hockey.
Absolutely. BR looking to get a clean breakout. Good job by number 27 in blue and gold to deny that. BR looks to start the breakout. Paulie Scaltrito, nope, Nate Aducci. They changed numbers, and it throws me off. Over for Lucas Hennessy. Over for James Gaylor. This puck is a bouncing ball that won't settle down. Gaylor, good pivot to lose 27 in blue. Off the boards. Is it going to be a billiard shot? No icing. Owen Aducci goes in after it.
Good hustle by Aducci there. Never gave up on it.
Hennessy throws it in, delayed offsides. BR has to tag up. Lions look to start the breakout. BR has it with Hennessy. Over for Will Dre. Dre, fire wagon change for the Trojans. They're going to try to catch St. John Paul in a change. Going in after it, Colin Tripp. Over for Ryan Tyag. Tripp into the slot, no one home. St. John Paul. Good check from Dante Tudor to loosen the puck. Two Trojans convene. It's a sandwich along the end, the half boards, just in front of the BR crowd. Colin Tripp has Ryan Tyag. He gets taken down. Delayed offsides. And that is played with the high stick. 9:34 to go in the third. St. John Paul still has a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just been bouncing around this period. Neither team has been able to formulate any clean entries. Good defense throughout the neutral zone. I guess that's all you can say to that.
I think the neutral zone defense has been the strongest point for either team tonight. All the goals came in the second. Face off to the right of Cardell. BR wins the draw. They go along the half boards. Number 8 for St. John Paul keeps it in. Throws it to the other corner.
Send him.
Off the stick of Camara. Over for 15. That's Kazanier. Aerial flip, gets to center, intercepted by Bilodeau. Bilodeau can't maintain it. Everyone's onside. Camara saved by Melanese. Camara trying to throw it down low. St. John Paul can't get a stick on it. Bilodeau decides not to pinch, throws it cross ice to Scaltrito, over for Halpin. Halpin can't get it deep. BR at center ice again. Hennessy, Scaltrito over the blue line. Scaltrito, that shot wide. Camara, turnaround shot, no one home. Scaltrito, Camara, wrap around, scores!
Smart play to crash the net there by Camara. Nice finish on the wraparound, followed up on his own rebound. Getting the crowd into it, getting his team going. That's what you need out of your fourth line. Big energy guy.
Lights, Camara, action, a Hollywood finish, and the Trojans are on the board. It's 3-1 Lions. Marcus was not satisfied scoring last night. He needed to double dip, and that might fire up the Trojans.
I know he got player of the game last night. He's making a case for getting it again tonight if they pull this one off.
Yeah, and I wasn't there to call the goal. Bless his heart. St. John Paul's on the run. BR's going to try to up the ante. 8 minutes to go. BR backhands it in. Dante Tudor around the boards. Good hit from Kazanier. Good intercept. Dante Tudor hunting the puck. 7 3/4 minutes to go. Point shot blocked. That came from Hennessy. Hennessy over for Tyag. Tyag. Saved by Melanese. 7:30 to go in the third. Colin, start talking. I'm gonna take a breather.
I mean, that goal really seemed like it got the legs going this last shift for BR. They just got to keep pressuring. You got 7.5 minutes to go here. Going up against a 2-goal lead that St. John's has. Worst lead in hockey. Let's see if they can do it.
St. John Paul wins the draw. Off the boards. This is not icing. Bilodeau around the boards. St. John Paul gets it at center. BR trying to get something to go. Over for Owen Aducci. Aducci. Saved by Melanese, and he'll hold.
Good shot by Aducci there to get it through the legs of the defenseman. If he had a better net crash there, that's a better opportunity. I think BR just needs to get more pucks on net. I think that should be the goal.
That is very true.
Everything should be going to the net right now. You got 7 minutes to tie this game up.
St. John Paul wins the draw, trying to clear. They get to as far as center. Will this be enough for icing? No, it hits the cooperative mechanic Banks billboard 23, and that's offsides.
All right, well, enough of that crap. Now the real professional is back. Oh.
Welcome back. Here come the Trojans. Colin Tripp trying to feed it for.
He telegraphed that.
He did. 6.5 to go. BR's within 2. No icing. Going in after it, Pauly Scaltrito. Fans on the backhand, gets taken down. Battle along the end boards. Number 12 for St. John Paul. Good check. St. John Paul's going to try to answer the Camara goal. Here come the Trojans. Colin Tripp hits the Jets. Colin Tripp. Saved by Melanese. He kicks it to the corner. 2 Trojans are there. Camara. Tripp. And this will roll on its edge. Icing on St. John Paul. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Lucas Hennessy in number 19, he took his time to let that puck drift over the goal line to get that whistle. I wasn't sure if they were going to still call it. But great goal by Marcus Camara to come within 2.
Speaking of Marcus Camara, he's on the faceoff. St. John Paul wins. They can't clear. Shot from the point off back glass. Halpin blows a tire. Camara battling along the end boards. Off the skate of number 7. That puck goes behind the net of Melanese. Good check from Camara. Kazanier in the skate of Halpin, and a save by Melanese. Here comes St. John Paul. Will that be enough for icing? Yes, sir. Another offensive zone draw for your BR. Whatever Dante said in the intermission, it's working slowly but surely.
Oh, yeah, they're a different team this period. Big time. A lot of pressure. Melanese is doing a phenomenal job keeping that puck out. Yeah, you let up 1, but it still should be a much different game. If any other goalie would have been a different score.
BR wins the draw. Bodies hit the ice. Stalemate at the center dot. To the point. Scaltrito lets it go. Just wide. Good keep in by Bilodeau. Double deflection. Didn't get on goal.
Oh.
Smart choice not to pinch. Off the stick of Owen Aducci. St. John Paul gets to center. Bilodeau. Over for Scaltrito. Scaltrito pivots. Looks over his options. Self pass off the boards, over the blue line, over center ice. Here comes Scaltrito. Scaltrito saved by Melanese. That hit something along the way, but BR gets an offensive zone draw.
He crosses the blue line and sees it's 1 versus 3. His only option is to either just stop. Hopefully you got some back check and help here, or he puts a shot on for the offensive zone face-off. He opted for the latter.
BR wins the draw. Will Dre. That shot blocked by number 23 in blue. Here come the Lions over center ice. Never got all the way through. Will Dre backhands it. BR can't clear. That pass or shot was fanned on. We'll keep an eye on Cole Cardell. I would say about another 2 minutes, they'll pull the goalie.
I'd say before, probably got to give it a minute because they got 2 goals to come up with. How come I don't see Dante Tudor out there?
Dante's making his way. He just crossed the blue line, has the puck. Fans on the shot. Good keeping. Will Dre. Tyag and Tripp will look to get possession. Hennessy's shot. That shot was blocked. It goes to the corner. The puck won't sit flat.
That's interference. Oh, my God.
And delayed
How
off.
is that not interference?
Good read. BR needs to tag up. They do. Hennessy whistled it high and wide. Nate Aducci hounding the puck. BR trying to keep it in. And it hits the catwalk, and play is blown dead.
Cole Cardell still in the crease for right now. 3:18. This would be a decent time to pull that goalie right now. Looks like it's going to be an offensive zone face-off for the Trojans. It would be a good time for a timeout for the coach, but he's not calling it.
You read my mind. I was going to say, call a timeout, talk over your options. BR trying to win the stalemate draw off the end boards. Here comes the point shot. Saved by Melanie's. Rebounds loose. Number 12 can't keep a stick on it. Around the roulette wheel it goes. Number 9 can't. They get it out. 19. Good poke check by Scaltrito. 2:55 to go. We'll keep an eye on Cardell. Scaltrito looking over his options. Off the back glass to Bilodeau.
Oh, no.
Not a good idea from Bilodeau, but the Trojans still have it. Scaltrito off the stick of number 19, off the official.
Come on, James. Come on, use your head.
BR gets it into St. John Paul's end. Good sidestep move by number 8. Lions trying to make a play. Good forearm shiver from Scaltrito. Bilodeau, Aducci. Trying to find James Gaylor. Gaylor, saved by Melanese.
That's open. It's not there.
Where's the puck? And Melanese does the man in the coffin. It's still 3-1 Lions, 2:10 to go in regulation time.
I can't believe Cole Cardell is still in the net right now. 2:10. You got 2 goals to make up. You got to pull him right now. This should be a timeout right now. We're pulling that goalie. You had lost that opportunity earlier. Now's your time, and he's still not taking it.
St. John Paul wins the draw. Number 3 can't clear. Off his skates. Tudor rings it around. 2 minutes to go. Cardell still between the pipes. And St. John Paul gets it into BR territory. Hennessy, 1:45 to go. Off back glass, Will Dre. Over for Tudor. Looking for Tyag, no one home. Good check. Hennessy, Will Dre, 90 seconds. They got to pull Cardell.
Gotta get it up.
Hennessy looking.
Send it.
Here come the Trojans. Scores!
Colin Tripp with an amazing rebound goal that came through from Ryan Tyag. What a phenomenal play with minute 23 left, and they come within 1. Makes it a 3-2 game.
He's taking the trip of a lifetime, and it ends in the back of the net. BR's within 1. Don't go anywhere. It's 3-2 St. John Paul.
Looks like BR is taking their 1 timeout right now with a minute 23 left.
BR will summon the timeout, and they'll talk it over.
Well, this game has definitely shown quite the myriad of different aspects of BR. It showed what BR has been. It shows BR what they have been through up until now. These last couple of games, I mean, the first period definitely is reminiscent of the first 3 games. These last few minutes, this whole third period has been what BR's been all about. They got a minute 23 to really prove to the whole audience here on how good they really are to get this game tied and go into overtime for a shot at winning this game. Cole Cardell still in net.
BR wins the draw. There goes Cardell. Batting down the hatches. You're in for a fun finish. Puck's loose. Turnover shot. Oh, through the blue and out. BR's going to up the ante. Puck saved by Melanese. That came from Tudor. That's going to be icing with 61 seconds to go in regulation time.
Great pressure by the Trojans. They missed the puck once and they shot it down. Thank God it got wide of the net. Let's see what they can do now. They got to win this faceoff. That's the most important thing right now, especially during this frantic time.
BR wins the draw. Saved by Melanese. It came from Scaltrito.
He did not see where that was coming from.
It's another icing on St. John Paul. This place is going to blow the roof off the joint.
Melanese had no idea that puck was coming at him until the very last second. Great job with blocking his vision.
BR wins the draw. Shot from the point, blocked. Towards the empty net. No, sir. Icing on the Lions. Will do it again. And we'll see if third time's a charm.
.7 seconds left. They won the face-off, but they lost the draw. They got the puck off to the point with a shot. Hit the post, hit a block shin pad, and came off and got another icing. Let's see if they win the face-off.
BR wins the draw. Shot from the point, blocked. Aducci. Tyag looking for Will Dre. Keeps it in. Tyag down low. St. John Paul hits his own man. 25 seconds. Scaltrito. Over for Colin Tripp. Cross ice pass. Tyag. Out in front. No one home. Backhand. Will it go? Icing on St. John Paul.
Oh, that puck knew exactly where to go to stop. 11.9 seconds left. Woo! You know, even if they lose, it's been a great third period to watch. Second period was tough. Looks like St. John Paul's going to take their timeout.
Timeout, St. John Paul.
It's been an amazing game to watch. I want to again extend my thoughts and prayers to the family and to the player who got carted off. I'm sorry I never saw his name, and I'm hoping that he is being taken care of and everything will be okay.
I will second that sentiment, Dave. No matter what the result of this game looks like, BR should be proud. They made the comeback. They're within one. They got 12 seconds to find one more, and this place is going to lose the roof. Shot behind the net. Stalemate. Out in front, 5 seconds to go. St. John Paul. Icing.
Oh, we got another 2.8 seconds to give it a shot. All the timeouts have been called. 2.8 seconds is left on the board to decide who goes home the winner.
Grip it and rip it. Get a shot away and pray to the hockey gods. Here we go.
I'm thinking Adam Oates right now. I'm thinking
Drew Doughty. Puck along the end boards. And St. John Paul survives. And they survive the onslaught from BR, and they hang on to win 3-2, handing BR their first loss of the season.
Crazy game. Crazy game. And it all came down on that second period. I know they scored in the first period. It was kind of a fluke thing. Number 3 had a great shot on net. But the second period is what made the difference with this team. If they had played the first period and the third period like they did for the second period, this would have came out a win for BR. No doubt in my mind.
So BR shows a lot of heart, a lot of grit. They did their best to make the Furious comeback. It falls short, but it was a great game nonetheless. Dave, when's the next BR game? Do we know?
I believe the next BR game is New Year's Eve against Falmouth.
Here, or is it down in Falmouth?
I want to say it's down in Falmouth.
All right, so BR will look to go on the road to Falmouth on New Year's. And till then, alongside Dave Gabriel, high above the ice, I'm Brendan O'Brien. We say goodnight, happy holidays, and get home safely. Good night, everyone.